All right, folks, we have a very special guest with us this week. We have Chris Bartlett. He has done a lot of work through the Star Wars universe, as well as some other things. Chris, thank you very much for joining us this week.
Thank you so much, Sam. It's great to be with you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, my first question, I'm just curious, how many characters do you play within the Star Wars franchise? Just
Yes.
out of curiosity.
So far, we are at 20 characters, and
Wow.
that's either doing the voices or in the suits. More often in the suits.
Yeah.
I'm an on-screen actor who specializes in being having the skill of being able to be okay in a iron mask, and but then also performing from within that too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is a dream job, as you can imagine.
Oh, I bet.
But it does take a lot of work.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it does. Are there any of the characters that you have portrayed that you have a special affinity for? Kind of over any
Yes.
others? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is my 21st year playing C-3PO for Lucasfilm and Disney, and
Oh,
that
wow.
is on television and live events such as red carpets and every live action appearance of C-3PO on television or in the media over the last 20 years has been myself. But I also my favorite character that I play is Q90, who is a bounty hunter droid in the Mandalorian.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I've always when I was a kid in the 80s, I loved Boba Fett,
Hmm.
and he's a bounty hunter in The Empire Strikes Back, and I always wanted to play or be him. And so when I got the role of or went in for the screen test of Zero, I I was just so excited because bounty hunters, they're mysterious. You don't know like what their motivations are, and plus they have lots of cool accessories and jobs. But yeah, and then there's lots of other droids too, but Zero's my favorite. C-3PO is the one I've played the longest, and as you can imagine, they're both just such a dream to play.
Oh, yeah. I can't even begin to um, fathom what it's like to join into the Star Wars universe. You know, it's been a cultural touchstone. Everybody knows Star Wars. Even people who don't really get into sci-fi or anything like that, they know Star Wars. You said you've been in working in it for the last 20 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel when you first stepped into the C-3PO role or whatever, or some of the other roles? Did you feel any pressure or any kind of excitement or any kind of nervousness, anything like that, jumping in and into the franchise?
Yeah, good question. One feeling I felt a lot was I don't deserve to be here. Like I'm working with incredible actors who have been in tons of stuff, and I just I that there was that feeling,
Hmm.
But obviously I was cast because I had a good audition, and
Hmm.
they wanted me for that. So, but and then the other part is like, wow, my whole life of fandom as a Star Wars kid, growing up with birthdays and Christmases that were all Star Wars
Yeah.
had Star Wars elements to them. Um, you know you feel like wow, that whole life is sort of culminating in what was really the dream the whole time as a kid,
Hmm.
never imagining that it would really ever happen because I mean, who am I, and who knew there was going to be more Star Wars? So once but as a professional, you step, your alien or droid foot steps up onto that stage, and everything quiets down for a second, and you are there to do a job and to tell a story and make this creature or character feel really relatable and alive. And so it's really a combination of things that are happening that you all have to just kind of manage. But yeah, it's everything all at
Oh,
once.
yeah. Mix of emotions. No, I
Yeah.
can again, I can only imagine. That's yeah.
Yeah.
So you've also had a hand in designing some of the droids. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. When I was cast as Zero, Sorry, I keep looking over here because I have an action figure of myself over here, and so I'm referring in my mind. Um, but when I was cast as Zero, that was a droid that Legacy Effects built, and for the Mandalorian. And they during that time they found out that I was building costumes before I was an actor,
Hmm.
Star Wars costumes,
Oh yeah.
and and they asked me if I could build a droid for them, and I said I already did. Here's two more, and then it turned into 20 characters
Wow. Yeah.
that I built, and all of them are different levels of collaboration. Sometimes it'll be something I came up with. Sometimes it'll be something that my sculptor on my team came up with, and I'm like, hey,
Hmm.
let's put this together with this and see, if this could be something that could work. And then we present it, and sometimes things in the design change, as you can imagine. Um, and sometimes it's right there on set, and you have to come up with solutions right there. Because
Hmm.
if I was the one who's providing the costume, you need to, and there's a problem, then, and I don't mean problem like functionality, I mean problem like with character or like on the set, like things are reflecting that we can't have reflecting, how are we going to fix that? So, or maybe it's eye color
Oh yeah.
or like color of the suit or electronics in it, where the maybe the eyes light up different colors. There's just so many fun problems to solve that as a Star Wars nerd, I was so happy to do, and so happy to work with Jon Favreau and Doug Chiang from Lucasfilm
Hmm.
and everybody there to come up with those designs.
Yeah, that's amazing that you were able to get your own not just portraying the characters, but putting your own little creative stamp on some of the actual characters and add to the universe. That's absolutely amazing. I was going to ask you a little bit about your cosplaying and whatnot prior to getting into the Star Wars universe proper. So
Hmm.
what were some of the characters that you had done over the years?
Yeah. Well, I'd wanted to be an actor since I was a kid, but I didn't know how to get started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just building, I had my own life. I was raising my kids and I had my day job and but I started building costumes in the garage and then going to Comic Cons and
Mm-hmm.
playing characters, but I'd play them for real. I would talk to people, as that character, maybe a stormtrooper. All right, we'll check it out. That kind of stuff. Or
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so it just gave me a chance to like improv characters and to entertain people and work on character development. But that was enough for me. That was all I that filled that need in me to whatever that was. But I had built, like, you see a lot of stormtroopers at Comic Cons. Those are a kit that you assemble, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I did that, and then I was like, I've always wanted to be Boba Fett. I'm gonna build a Boba Fett costume, and these were all happening during times where there was no 3D printing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like one guy makes this part, and another guy makes this part, and a guy in Australia makes this, and you kind of like spend many months kind of gathering all those pieces, and now you assemble it and you paint it and weather it and tailor it to you and all that. So yeah, Stormtrooper and then a Sand Trooper and then a Boba Fett and a
Wow.
Tusken Raider, and I was building Jawas for my kids and a Gonk Droid for my daughter to
Oh, that's
wear for
awesome.
Halloween. And but it was all costumes, as
Hmm.
opposed to there's another fan group that's called Droid Builders that they build like remote control,
Oh yeah, yeah.
R2D2s and things like that. So
Yes.
that wasn't my. Sometimes people refer to me as a droid builder, but I'm
Hmm.
really a costume builder, and not like a robotics guy.
Oh,
And
okay.
anyway, those were some of the ones that I'd built before.
See, that's amazing. As someone who's done a little bit of the cosplay and has tried to put together some, not just cloth pieces, but like some actual armor bits and stuff like that, there is an amazing amount of work that goes into that. So, yeah, hats off to you,
Cool.
man. That's amazing. So,
Oh,
yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. So, just have another couple of quick questions before we let you go. Um,
Okay.
So, beyond the Star Wars universe, I saw that you have worked in the graphic design field for some games, for some video games, such as Rise of the Tomb Raider and the Gears of War franchise. What was it like
Right.
getting into those franchises as well? And I guess the compare and contrast between working in the art department for a video game to working in the art and acting side with Star Wars.
Right. Well, I mentioned my day job, and that was my day job. I've been working in video games for 25 years, and
Oh,
Gears
okay.
of War was my first job in the game industry. But I had been a graphic designer before that. So
Hmm.
I was designing what you call a user interface. So heads-up displays and targeting reticles and
Oh, sure. Okay.
binocular interfaces and storefronts and going throughout the world in Gears of War, populating it with posters and things that look like people are living there. And then I designed all the collectibles, things you could find in Gears of War. And then I worked on Fortnite and Call of Duty, Modern
Oh.
Warfare as a director level, and Warzone.
Hmm.
You mentioned Tomb Raider. And a few Star Wars projects too.
Oh,
There's one
wow.
coming called that's been announced called Star Wars Zero Company, which is a tactical
Yes,
game.
I have heard of that.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, so yeah, that was my day job, and originally a big as a kid. I remember looking at the Luke's Electro binoculars or
Oh, yeah.
whatever binoculars they looked at, and
Hmm.
what does the interface look like? The dials and the things running across the numbers running across the bottom. And anyway, that really influenced some of my work on specific Star Wars projects too. But yeah, and working in games is a great job. It frankly pays better than being an actor. But um, but yeah, I've have loved my work in entertainment, whether it's in games or in film and TV. I just like to tell great stories and make fun experiences for people, whether they're on a controller or in front of a screen of some kind.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, last question I have for you.
Hmm.
With Mandalorian and Grogu coming up, I
Hmm.
know people are usually pretty hush hush about spoilers and things like that. Is there anything, any kind of morsel of anything about that that you can mention to us?
Yes, I can. Mando and Grogu are
Hmm.
back, obviously. Grogu has grown in his strength or knowledge, maybe, or practice of the Force. But he's also, he's with his dad. He's learning how a Mandalorian defends himself and takes care of the bad guys. They're flying in space,
Oh
Sam. I
yeah.
mean, there's going to be some of that. We've seen some great stuff in the trailers. I mean, AT-ATs. We're going to see AT-ATs again.
Oh, excellent. All right. All right.
A 4x4 snow mouse droid. I think that's pretty cool. We're gonna
Okay.
see. But yeah, no, we're seeing the continuation of Mando and Grogu. Mando wants to take on more contracts as a bounty hunter, and
Hmm.
but he really wants to go after the bad guys, and uh, and that's we're gonna see a lot of that. Yeah, so I'm super excited. Had a lot of friends work on it,
Hmm.
and I'm excited to see Star Wars on the big screen again, especially Mando and Grogu, little green guy, at 40 feet tall. So I'm excited for that.
Oh,
Um,
same here. Absolutely.
let me.
Have loved the series. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Sam, going back to this distinguished
Oh,
character.
yes, yes,
I had a audition. I mentioned the audition, and
yes.
what happened was, the original actor Anthony Daniels. He just turned 80, and he
Hmm.
is the one who came up with the movement and the voice and in the original Star Wars. And
Hmm.
and so 20 years ago, Lucasfilm was holding auditions, and they brought me in for an audition, and
Hmm.
it was mostly a movement audition. They wanted to bolt me into the gold
Oh,
and
okay.
see if I could move around uh, and as C-3PO, not just a guy in a suit trying to
Hmm.
bumble around, you know. And so I had I did a little walking and moving around and acting like I was turning on switches and things like this
Hmm.
and well, Sam, I wanted to nail this interview, and so I the lights were on and the sound system was on, and I just turned to them. I said, "Oh my goodness! Why, hello! I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations. This is my counterpart, R2D2. I'm fluent in over 6 million forms of communication." And they're like, "That's enough. We're gonna send you to Australia." And I was like,
Oh,
wow,
wow.
amazing. But Sam,
Wow.
I thought that it was like a one-time substitute day, you know,
Hmm.
like they needed somebody for the day. But now it's been 20 years, and I've worked with Anthony Daniels on several projects.
Hmm.
Sometimes well, I've worked with him on several projects. He's been lovely to me. And sometimes it's face to face, sometimes it's f his face to this face, and sometimes it's me doing the voice and in the suit as well.
Hmm.
And gosh, it's I just feel so lucky, Sam, to be part of the legacy of this character. And it's grown, blossomed into so many fun, interesting characters that I love creating the layers for
Hmm.
to come up with. That's one of the fun things about being an actor is coming up with the layers of how this new character will be, and doing it different than anyone else might do it. So C-3PO is always anxious. That's because he's never where he's supposed to be,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Etiquette and protocol. It's my primary function, not destruction. And so that's why he's like that. But then when I play other droids that maybe they're a bounty hunter, they're cold killing machine like Zero. So he moves very different
Hmm.
in his attitude with other characters, in his placement, how he moves into the scene is all very different. Now multiply that times 20, and you can imagine how much fun I'm having coming up with these characters and working on these stories.
Yeah, I can't, again, I can't believe just the amount of, work you've done, and thank you for our own little private inside the actor studio moment there. Yes,
You're
yes,
so welcome.
may I speak to C3PO for a moment,
Yes,
that sort of thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So before we let you go, Chris, is there anything you'd like to promote or anything like that coming up? I mean, I know you're going to be at Indiana Comic Con here in about a month and a half. So
That's
anything
right.
else coming down the pike? Yeah.
I'm super excited. I've never been to Indiana, so this is my first time appearing there. I'll be bringing some items from the production
Oh, oh,
for
really? Oh,
fans
wow.
to be able to see up close.
Hmm.
And I'll also be bringing my art. I do Funko Pop art,
Oh,
and as we talked about being a graphic artist. Um, and then I'll also be signing photos, really cool photos of the characters that I played, as well as probably doing a panel where we're talking, kind of like you're talking, we're talking now, but it'll be an extended
oh, okay.
group of experiences, things that I haven't even shared here, and so I'm looking forward to that. Also, people can follow me on Instagram. I'm at Chris F Bartlett,
Okay.
and on Instagram, and I also have like a YouTube channel where I just post. It's mostly motorcycle stuff,
Oh, okay.
frankly. But if you like old motorcycles, but yeah, and then I'm currently working on my own film, where we came up with our own story and stuff that we've all, and I say we because me and my co-star and my director, stuff
Mhm.
we've always wanted to put or see on screen. That's what we're making, and so we started filming on that already, and. I'm trying to think of what else. There's conventions this year. The Indiana is the only one there in Indiana I'm doing.
Mhm.
But yeah, go. All my news is on my Instagram, so
Okay.
that's where all the fun new stuff, announcements of new projects, or behind the scenes stuff on Star Wars, or yeah, that's where I would send people.
Okay, great. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you, continue with Star Wars. I'm looking forward to your other project, your movie coming up. That's going to be really fantastic as well. Well, Chris, thank you again. So, just as a reminder, Indiana Comic Convention is going to run from June 5th through 7th this year. And Chris Bartlett, thank you again for taking the time.
Thank you so much, Sam, and we'll see you guys in June.
Yep, we'll see ya.